translation. And we've said that we are not concerned with the words as by themselves. We have to look for the meaning beyond the words. We don't stick to the words as they are. So, as meaning occupies a very important position in translation, it falls into different types of meaning. So, for instance, if I ask you, what is the meaning of the word book in Arabic? I'm sure that all of you will answer to say that the word book in English means what in Arabic?
كتاب.
Yes.
كتاب.
So all of you know that the word book in English is kitab. Does it have another meaning? I mean, as a noun. Does it have another meaning? All of you say
yes,
no.
حجز.
No, as a noun, I say.
لا حجز.
As a verb. To book a table at a restaurant, for instance. Look at the example. There is a book. You see it clearly? Table. Here, suppose that we have also the word book. Both of these examples, we have the word book, as you see. Okay? So when I asked what is the general meaning, what is the common meaning of the word book, you've said it is kitab. And in the second example, so how to translate? How to translate the first one, the first example? Randa.
دكتور
Yes.
هناك كتاب على الطاولة.
Kitab, yes, good. I think most of you remember my note when we've talked about the expression there is.
Yes دكتورة.
Rowan, remember
أذكر
my
الملاحظة.
note? I've told before that when you have the
yeah
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you say it in
إنه ما
English.
يصير نبديها باسم إشارة. Yeah, we should not say it هناك. We should say يوجد.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Good, because as you know, the word هناك refers to a place. It points to a certain place. So
دكتور.
when you say هناك, but in Arabic, it is better to say what, Rawan?
كتاب على الطاولة.
It is better to say يوجد.
يوجد كتاب
Yes.
على الطاولة.
Yes.
دكتور
Randa.
كاتبة بالترجمة دكتور كاتبة أنت طالبة طاولة.
Yes, دكتور.
Oh, I'm thinking of students, my students. See? Mind is deceiving. By the way, there is a very nice quote by Imam Ali عليه السلام عنده مقولة جميلة عن هذا الشيء. يقول كلما أضمر امرئ أمرا، يعني كلما إنسان أخفى ذهنه في شيء أو مجموعة شيء، كلما أمر أمرا ظهر في فلتات لسانه أو في قسمات وجهه. تظهر فلتات اللسان الأشياء اللي نخفيها بأذهاننا، اللي نفكر بيها، اللي مشغولين بيها، تظهر أما فلتات لساننا أو بتعابير وجهنا. ما إن أضمر امرئ أمرا إلا وظهر بين فلتات لسانه وقسمات وجهه. Here I was thinking of you, of my students as طالبات. So instead of saying على الطاولة, I said good for you, Randa. So instead of saying, never to say هناك, because when you say هناك or هنالك, it means that you are pointing at a specific place. But in this sentence, in this text, there is no reference, there is no mention of a place. We are talking about a book being on the table, موجود على الطاولة. So يوجد كتاب على طاولة. زينة. What about the other text?
Yes, the second
Yes,
one.
Zina.
Yeah, she booked the table. Doctor, that book and with the ed that means
Booked.
هي
Yes.
هي حجزت طاولة في مطعم جيد. It's right, Doctor?
Yes. Let's discuss it.
Doctor, can you?
Now I want you to answer Zina. I want you to answer Zina. Is it a good translation? Your opinion, it's okay, it's a good translation since she participated, although she is sick. Thank you very much, Zina Habib.
Thank you, Doctor.
But what about
No,
the
Doctor.
structure of Arabic? Is it
Doctor,
acceptable? Yes, Sarah.
no good translation.
Yes, Sarah, go ahead.
For Zine. He. Don't say he.
Why?
I.
Here.
He.
We don't say here. Good.
Doctor.
Yes. Here you
only
you mean
حجز
here.
الطاولة
So
في
in
مطعم.
Arabic, we don't, she is here. Why there is no need to repeat here, she. Here, ladies, what happened? Zina has imitated, قلدت, the structure of the English text into her translation. She tried to replace words which are found in the original text, in the source text, with word text. Although she did well from here to the end, but at the beginning she made a horrible mistake. Zina, don't repeat it again, and all of you ladies, in Arabic, we don't repeat the subject if it is found within the book. حجزت. This is the verb. See? حجزت. This is the verb. What do we call it? التأنيث الساكنة. This is our subject in Arabic. In Arabic, it is possible. In Arabic, it is possible to mention the subject as being annexed with the verb. ملتحق بالفعل. الفاعل بالعربية ملتحق, annexed to the verb. While in English, it is obligatory. It is obligatory, إجباري, to start with a separate subject. These are the and Arabic. And as I told you before, these differences make translation a complex one or a sort of difficult process. Why? Because Arabic belongs to a Semitic language. العربية هي لغة سامية, while an Indo-European language. So these two languages are totally different from each other. Each one of them follow a specific system which is different from the other. So in Arabic, grammatically speaking, in Arabic, we are free. Either we start with the subject, and it is a nominal sentence, or al-mubtada wal-khabar, just like al-mubtada wal-khabar, or we start with the verb. So when we have a verb, and there is no mention for the name of the subject in the original text, there is no need to say here or huwa. Look at the text here in English, ladies. Is there any mention for a subject, for the name of the subject? Look, is the name of the subject mentioned in the source text?
No, doctor, not mentioned.
No, Doctor.
Good. What do we have?
We have she. Yeah.
We have a pronoun. Yes, we have she. Suppose that we have Rawan booked a table in a very good restaurant. Now, how to translate this text
Yes, Doctor. روان حجزت
after having unknown subject.
روان حجزت
Yes.
طاولة
Yes,
في
Sarah.
مطعم جيد. حجزت.
Okay, good. Yes, thank you. روان حجزت طاولة في مطعم جيد. Or what can we say? روان.
Doctor, we can't say
دكتور we can say حجزت روان طاولة في
Yes, زينب, sorry.
مطعم جيد.
زينب محمد. Yes, good. حجزت. Either this, both of them are acceptable. Yes.
yes, Doctor. هي
See?
حجزت روان.
حجزت روان طاولة في مطعم جيد. Ladies, as you see, both of them are acceptable. Which one is more acceptable in Arabic than the other? Which one is stronger
The
than
second
the
one.
other in Arabic? The second one. Good. رقية.
Second sentence.
So which one? رقية.
The second one حجزت روان طاولة في مطعم جيد.
Yes, good. حجزت روان طاولة في مطعم جيد. It means here the verbal text is stronger in Arabic than the nominal text. فعل جملة فعلية هو أقوى العربية. So both of them are acceptable. But you have to put in mind when the subject is he or she, it means unknown subject. When we have a pronoun subject, you should never say هو أو هي. Understood? You are not allowed to repeat the subject in Arabic when it is a pronoun. This is a rule, ladies. Sometimes, ladies, you have to have your own notebook because you will forget these notes. You have to have your own notebook, just like in person lecture. When you have in-person lecture, you have your own notebooks, right? You have to take notes.
Yes,
This is a very important
Yeah.
note. I'm sure that some of you will repeat later. خلوا لكم دفتر ملاحظات, because I've told you at the first lecture that you are not allowed to repeat the pronoun in Arabic at the beginning of the sentence. In Arabic is unacceptable. And now you are repeating the same note, the same mistake, because you are not taking notes of my lecture. You have to make your own notes and take notes, just like in translation. We have two types of notes, ladies, in a translation. Remember the video of consecutive translation between Obama and Al-Maliki? Remember?
Yes, Doctor.
The video that we watched a video about consecutive translation, and we've seen that was writing something, and I've asked you, what was she doing? And you said that she is taking notes. So in a translation, you have to take notes. We have two types of notes. We have either note taking and note making. أما أخذ ملاحظات أو أنا أسوي ملاحظات. What's the difference between the two? We have note making and note taking in a translation. Note making and note taking. Okay. What's the difference between the two? Yes, Sarah. Sarah, what is your name? Yes, you're raising your hand?
Can I answer?
Yes, Zahra Khalil.
I think no.
Yes, Zahra.
I think note taking, like you said, and we take your note, and note making when someone speak and I want to translate from him, but because he just speak too much, then I should making note to remember what he said.
Yes, excellent. Excellent, Zahra. Good for you. Zahra says that note-making and note-taking, there are two different types of taking notes. Note-taking, just like the example that I've given you, I've said that you should never start with the pronoun in Arabic. You should never start with huwa or he in Arabic. It is not allowed to start with unknown or with the pronoun in Arabic. This is a note. So you have taken a note from my speech. While I'm teaching you, you are taking notes. تاخذين ملاحظات أنت تفهميها. But when you make notes for yourself, for instance, when we talked about oral and written translation, you will make a note for yourself. You are going to describe the oral translation with the letter O, for instance, to differentiate it with the written translation that starts with the letter W. This is note making. إنه أنت تسوين ملاحظات خاصة بيك. You make certain notes to remember something, to differentiate something. So you are making your own notes. Now, in this lecture, you are note taking. تاخذون ملاحظات من عندي وتدونوها. Very good, Zahra. So I'm getting back to the same idea. You have to get your own notebook. You have to write different notes that are delivered during the lectures, because sometimes you'll forget them, and sometimes you don't listen to the whole recording, and you will miss different things. To take notes while I'm teaching you, okay? So getting back to this example, we've said that when I ask you about the meaning of a specific word or a specific term, and you quickly answer it, it means that it is already found. So what do we call such kind of a meaning? Is the title of our lecture for today. It's called Types of Meaning. It means that there are different types of meaning. So what do we call this type? It's called what? It's called the lexical meaning. Did you hear this term before, lexical? Zina?
المعاني أو المفردات المعجمية.
What does it mean, lexical? I guess you've studied, yes, in Arabic, good. But I'm sure that most of you have studied something related to lexical in linguistics this year or last year. So what is a lexical? What is meant by lexical relations, for instance? You've studied lexical relations in linguistics, right?
Doctor, that means deal with the meaning.
What is lexical? Don't you? No, Zina Habibti, here, look at this word. Don't you remember another word similar to the word lexical? I'll give it to you. It is lexicon. What is a lexicon? When you check it in a Google, when you Google it now, Google what is meant by lexicon. And give me the answer. Right, what is a lexicon?
دكتور معجم.
Good, it is a dictionary. Okay, so the lexical meaning, it means that, can you guess what does mean lexical meaning? Since you've known of lexicon. Zahra Khalil, I want to hear your voice again.
Yeah, doctor. Actually, I don't know.
Yes, go ahead. Lexicon, dictionary, it means that, so a lexical meaning, it means that it is the meaning that can be found in a dictionary, just like the word book. When I've asked you, what is the book? All of you said, it is what? Kitab in Arabic. Or pencil. What's the meaning of pencil? All of you will say, qalam rasas. Right? This is the lexical meaning. It is the meaning which is found in a dictionary. And when you find such kind of meaning. It is very simple. It is clear. It can be guessed. Okay. It can be whatever comes to your mind about this meaning. It is correct. It is found in a dictionary. But when I say, for instance, the book, my book of personal experiences is very huge. My book, let me write it. My book of personal experiences is very huge. Shall I write it? Okay. Here, the word book, does it convey a lexical meaning? Do I have a book of personal, did I write a book of my personal experiences? عندي كتاب أنا كاتبت عن تجاربي الشخصية? Or am I speaking here? I am speaking here metaphorically, symbolically. أنا جاي أحكي وياكم بطريقة مجازية لو كلام واقعي. Is it metaphorically speaking, Zahra?
Experience.
Yes.
Sorry?
You think what?
I think you just speak about.
Yes, I didn't hear you.
I think you just speak about your experience because there is no book like this. I think.
Yes. Yes, very good. So how to translate it?
Translated. عندي
Yes, in Arabic. Yes.
كتاب كبير للتجارب الشخصية.
Here you are translating literally because we've said that the word book here does not have a lexical meaning. Ladies, I'll say it in Arabic briefly. بنات من أقول لكم هاي الكلمة إلها معنى معجمي. معنى ما تحتمل معنى آخر. هو المعنى نفسه من الكتاب. يوجد كتاب على طاولة. هو كتاب فعلا. ما دا أتكلم بصورة مجازية ولا أتكلم بلغة شعرية. دا أتكلم about a real book. It means that there is a real book on the table and there is a real table. كلها أشياء واقعية وملموسة. So concerned with any type of metaphorical meaning. Metaphorical meaning is المعنى المجازي. مثلا, for instance, when I say you are a rose, and all of you know that the meaning of the word rose is what? Word. But when I say you are a rose, am I talking about a real rose? About something real with leaves, with odor, with perfume?
No, doctor.
هنا أتكلم عن وردة حقيقية أتكلم بلغة مجازية. رقية, what do you say?
دكتورة تشبيه مثل التشبيه.
Good. So here I'm talking about something metaphorical. Metaphorical معناه مجازي بنات. تعرفون شنو يعني مجازي؟ مجازي يعني مو حقيقي. Just like تشبيه. Good for you. Just like simile. Metaphor. هاي كلها تشبيهات استعارة. So I'm talking about something unreal. But the lexical meaning, when I have a lexical meaning, it means that it is something real. I'm not talking metaphorically. So, Zahra Khalil, I said, when I say my book of personal experiences, I can translate it as لدي تجارب هائلة في الحياة. So the word book here cannot be translated as a book. In this example, it does not have a lexical meaning. افتهمتوا بنات الموضوع شنو؟ Lexical meaning,
Yes,
the lexical meaning, it is the meaning that can be found in a dictionary. Yes. You want to say something? Randa,
No, doctor.
you wanted to say
Doctor, how
something?
can we
Okay, good.
differentiate between the word if it is a lexical
Good.
or
How can we differentiate? It depends
from
on
the
the
meaning?
context. Yes, it depends on the context. The context, what is the context? As I told you before, each text,
يعني the meaning
the
of the
example of the
sentence.
word, the meaning of the text as a whole, the whole meaning. remember the example that we have taken in our last lecture when we talked about عدة المترجم وعدة المطلقة. In both examples, we have the word remember? So in each example, the context determines which word I'm going to pick. من راح أترجم يا كلمة راح أختارها. Am I going to choose the word tools or period of time? According to what? According to the context. For instance, when I'm translating a legal text, the context, by what? By the whole text which talks about law. مفهومة بنات شو الكونتكست؟ لما تترجمين نص معين ويتكلم عن ثيم معين، a main theme، فكرة معينة، هو هذا الكونتكست. أكو سياق، أكو علاقة. There are certain relationships between the words themselves in a specific text. If I translate a medical text, all the text talks about something related to medicine, for instance. So this is the context. هو هذا السياق. Rawan says, how do you differentiate between the different types of meaning? And I'm answering here that we depend on the text itself. Always you ask yourself, is it acceptable to say something? Is it understood? Is it found? And the whole process depends on you as translators, on your own decisions, how to translate a text. And don't forget, you are novice translators, into هسه beginners. Seem a little bit, scary sometimes to you, because you don't know how to differentiate between them. But by experience, you will find that it is very easy to guess what type of text they are dealing with. I'll give you another example. هسه المهم واضحة هي؟ فهمت شنو؟ The is the meaning that can be found where? In a dictionary. Now you have this word. Which word here? It is pure, right?
Right.
So when I ask you, what is pure? What do you say?
نقي.
نقي.
Good. نقي. What else? Lexical meaning that can be found in a dictionary. نقي. All of you will say نقي. Now, yes, نقي, صافي. So the lexical meaning. Lexical meaning is easily detected, clear, and can be found in a text. And you see that. By the way, the lexical meaning cannot be changed. Whenever it is used in a text, it has the same meaning. Okay, just like the word book. When it is a noun, it means كتاب. بأي نص أستخدمها تبقى هي معناها كتاب. This is the lexical meaning. It does not change, even if we have different contexts. It has the same meaning. Okay? المعنى المعجمي. Now, look at this text. I have what? What does it mean? Pure Iraqi. Iraqi naqi? Is it Iraqi naqi?
No, دكتور.
علياء.
دكتور ممكن نقول
Yes, علياء.
عراقي عفيف يعني تجي أو
What? عفيف? Okay. Thank you.
عفيف.
Okay, thank you. Iraqi عفيف. Thank you, علياء. Or she
Thank you,
says
دكتور.
Iraqi عفيف or مخلص. Most welcome, حبيبتي. What else? What do you think? Pure Iraqi. Are you pure Iraqis or not?
دكتور that mean you can say مخلص.
Yes, Zina.
مخلص.
Yes, she said.
أو
She said.
الظاهر
Alia said.
بمعنى أكثر.
Pure Iraqi. Here, let's see Zahra Khalil or Rawan. Rawan, you said how to differentiate between different types of meaning. This is your answer, Rawan. The lexical meaning is fixed, is stable, cannot be changed. just like the word book. It is book and text. If it is here, lexical meaning, it should be translated as نقي. إذا هو معنى معجمي لازم بكل الأمثلة يبقى هو نقي نقي نقي. Is it, do we have here Iraqi نقي? So this is not lexical meaning. By the way, it is not مخلص nor عفيف. Pure Iraqi,
دكتورة
it means that
دكتورة أنا أعتقد معناها يعني
yes,
إنه أصولها كلها عراقية
yes,
ومو يعني من غير دول.
yes, good, yes, good, yes, good. So عراقي الأبوين or عراقي or احنا بالعراقي يقولون مصلصل. Right? So عراقي الأبوين أو عراقي أبا عن جد. Here, is it the lexical meaning of the word pure? On?
Yes, دكتور.
What do you say now? Did the word have
No,
a
no,
lexical
دكتورة.
meaning? Did the
لأن
word
different.
pure?
يعني تختلف.
It is totally different and it is not fixed.
Yes.
I can't say
Yes.
it is pure in all different texts. This is the difference. Here, what type of text what type of meaning we are dealing with? This is called,
عراقي أبا عن جد.
this is the second, yes. So this is the second type of meaning. It is textual meaning. Can be guessed from the text as a whole. This is the text, this is the second type. What else do we have? We have pure mathematics. Yes, pure mathematics. So what is pure mathematics? Is it رياضيات مخلصة؟ رياضيات نقية؟ رياضيات أبا عن جد؟ What do you say? So, see,
رياضيات
this is not
بحتة،
lexical meaning.
مختص بس
Not a
بالرياضيات.
lexical. Sarah. Yes, good. Very good. Yes, good.
رياضيات
See,
بحتة
ladies?
يعني ما مختصة فيزياء أو كيمياء.
رياضيات بحتة. Yes. Yes, good. It deals only with mathematics. Very good. Have a pure gold. What is a pure gold? What is a pure gold?
ذهب خالص. ذهب خالص.
ذهب خالص. Very good. Good for you, Sarah.
دكتور now we can say ذهب نقي.
ذهب خالص, or it is called ذهب نقي.
Yeah.
Yes, ذهب خالص. Or it is sometimes called ذهب حر. يعني خال من الشوائب.
It's only gold. زين دكتورة
دكتور.
بامتحان الشهر شلون تجيبين الصيغة والسؤال؟
Don't think about the exam, ladies. ما أعطيكم أشياء واضحة. سأو في الامتحان. Forget about the exam. You have to learn something about translation, ladies, because you are going to make full use of translation to the end of your long life, inshallah. They have Safi, they have Khalas. So, what do we have? We have also the last example. We have a pure angels. What is a pure angels? ملائكة أحرار خالصين خالين الشوائب. ملائكة. So what is a pure angels? What do you say?
شلون نقول ملائكة
Pure
طاهرة؟
angel. ملائكة طاهرة. So here we have a plural. Good for you. ملاك طاهر. If it is in the singular, in the plural, ملائكة أطهار. Good for you. أطهار. Or sometimes it is called ملائكة أبرار. See, ladies, difference between the lexical meaning of a word in a dictionary as meaning nothing and the meaning of the same word in a text. Is it clear now what is meant by lexical meaning and textual meaning? Don't forget it, please, because we are going to make full use of these terms, inshallah, in our coming lectures. When I
Doctor, the
ask you,
pure
for
angels
instance,
is
is this type of meaning? What?
the pure angels. It's not a lexical meaning, right?
Yes, Zahra. What?
The pure angels.
Of course, we are talking about, of course, Habibti, the pure angels have a T, because the word pure, it is no longer meaning pure. Now we have finished our lecture for today. Some of your students are excused to leave. Thank you very much, ladies, and appreciate your
Thank you, Doctor.
presence.
Thank you, Doctor.